What's good, guys? So in today's video, I want to talk about why I stopped providing forex signals, right? So I have a couple of reasons, and I'm going to go over them, and I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys honestly why I stopped providing forex signals. So let's get into it. So the first reason is I felt like I wasn't serving my community properly, right? So as a signal provider, right? You have a duty to people, right? In the forex space, people who are looking for. You might have some people who are new to forex. You might have some people who are like who have been in the space for a long time, and they haven't made progress, right? So I came across a lot of this because I was having conversations with a couple of people, right? I was having conversations with people, and I could actually like understand their situation, right? People would actually tell me, "Oh, I've been training for this long, and this long," and for me, I was just providing signals, right? But most times when I had conversations with these people, I knew that okay, you really don't need signals; you need something else, and that led me to believe that look, I'm not actually serving these people properly because all I'm interested in at that point is either to get you to subscribe to my VIP or not, right? That was basically it, right? So it was either you get into my VIP for my signals or maybe mentorship. But some people needed more than that, right? Some people needed talking to, some people needed guiding. But it wasn't my space, basically. So I felt like I wasn't serving people the right way. And I feel like being dependent on someone's signals or someone's trade ideas can't really help you grow as a trader, right? And some people really needed that independence, right? Because the independence is what even gives you the confidence, right? A lot of people think trading is so difficult. And yes, trading is difficult in the beginning, right? But when you repeat things over time, something like technical analysis, right? When you stick to a strategy and you just keep executing it, right? You eventually get to know more about what you're doing. It becomes easier. But a lot of people think they had to switch strategies. Even me in the beginning phases, because I'm one of those people who actually didn't have like a mentor in the beginning, right? Although I was learning people's strategies because sorry about that. One thing is you can find a lot of strategies. I'm sorry about that. You can find a lot of strategies online and you can learn them, but it's different from like having someone to guide you, right? So in the beginning, I didn't actually have a mentor, right? Even if I did like have a community of people, like-minded people who were actually just learning as well, right? I had those people around me, but I didn't have like a mentor to actually tell me, look, you just need to learn one strategy and repeat it over time, right? So that's something I feel like being in the position that I'm in right now, I feel like a lot of people need to know that they just have to stick to one strategy and repeat it time after time after time and get used to it, right? And that's how you actually get better because no one gets perfect at trading, right? You just get better year in, year out. So I felt like I wasn't serving my community properly because there were certain messages I couldn't pass across to people, right? Since I was just providing signals, right? So for me, if it just felt selfish, right? And when I came into the trading space, right? When I started learning about trading and when I decided to put myself out there and actually like start interacting with people and trying to help people, it was all about trying to help people who were trying to come up, who were trying to build up. And then I got to this position where now I have knowledge and I've gotten to a certain level where I've started to hone my skill and now I'm just using it for selfish gain and I just had to stop because I felt like the whole point of me putting myself out there was to be of service to people, right? It wasn't to be of service to myself. Yes, I was making money from the VIP and all of that, but at some point I didn't want to take it further because it would have been easier for me to just sit back and grow my Telegram channel. I knew the different ways I could market my Telegram channel, market myself out there, put myself out there, to look like a guru and all of that, and to grow my Telegram channel and to do all of that and to make more money off of sales. But I just felt like it wasn't serving people enough because I couldn't pass certain messages on to people, right? And for me, that left like a void because that was actually what I wanted to do from the beginning, right? And even through mentorship, right? Mentorship was like technical analysis, teach you how I trade, teach you my strategy. But I just don't even like mentorship because a lot of people have learned different strategies and it's so difficult for them to like let go. And I found that I'm not basically the best teacher when it comes to technical analysis. So all of these things just combine together, and I'm like, okay, let me do what I'm actually good at doing, which is actually speaking to people, fixing their mind, right? Fixing your psychology, fixing the way you look at your life and things like that. That's basically why I feel like I have my strength. That's basically why I feel is more natural for me. So that's why I chose to like take a step back and actually like fix things before like coming out again to actually serve people in the best possible way that I feel is beneficial for everyone, right? So the second reason was I wrote my reasons down in my notepad right here. So I would just go through it. I'm very sorry. So the second one is I was giving people unrealistic expectations, right? So I feel like normally when people come into trading, right, a lot of people have like unrealistic expectations of how profitable it really is to trade, right? And I felt like my signals were giving people unrealistic expectations as well, because I think I had like a winning streak from about March to early March up until I think August. Yes, so I think we had like a 3 month winning streak or 4 month winning streak, right? And during that period, we're making a lot of money on the channel, right? I was personally, I don't know about other people. I know some people, I know people were making money, but not everyone basically. But I know that I was making a lot of money, right? We're hardly like having any losing trades, right? So I feel like this gave people a lot, like this gave people unrealistic expectations of how profitable trading is, because some people who had come across trading for the first time, right? They were like, wow, this guy is really good. Look at the results. Look at the results. Can I duplicate this? Can I replicate this? You understand? So a lot of people were actually like feeling like this is what trading is like. While me, I even fell victim to it because I feel like I feel like yes, I made a lot of money from trading that time, but I knew that okay, this is not really how trading goes, and I feel like my ego even got in the way a bit. So, and that's one thing that comes with like being a signal provider. Your ego gets in the way because you see the feedback you get from a lot of people, right? And you know that this feedback is not what you get on a regular basis, right? When your strategy starts performing normally, right? When you're out of your winning streak, you know that you're not going to get this feedback from people, basically. So, I just knew that I was setting unrealistic expectations. Like people coming into trading already have unrealistic expectations, and then I was also like playing a role in feeding them these unrealistic goals and these unrealistic expectations, and it's just part of the whole marketing, right? Because you want people to get into your VIP, so you're like, this is how we do it every day, this is how we do it, but it's not really how trading works every day, right? And one thing is you either humble yourself or like the market is going to humble you, and this is one of the dangers of like taking people's signals is you can you can come into you can come across a person when they're like on a hot winning streak, right? And then all of a sudden, when things go sideways, right? People just tend to like lose faith in trading, and I don't want to be the reason why people actually start to see trading as something that is not real or something that is not profitable because I'm giving out a false ideology, right? So all of these things were just like I was looking at it from a perspective. I just had to be honest with myself and be like, okay, look, this is really not um, how trading works, right? And towards the end of me being having my signals and everything, I really, really like stopped caring about getting people to subscribe to my VIP, right? Because I actually switched over to swing trading, which was more comfortable for me, right? Swing trading was more comfortable for me, but a lot of people were now it rubbed off differently on people. People were like, okay, what's going on? Is he no longer taking trading serious? But at that point I was having the best results from my trading, right? Because I had to reset. I basically like had to start from the beginning, both in my mind and like with my trading basically because I knew that okay, look, trading to trade successfully, to trade profitably consistently, you need realistic expectations. You need to set realistic goals. You need to go about trading in a more realistic manner. And I had to take it upon myself first, right? So I started swing trading, and I'm not saying I started swing trading because swing trading is more profitable than day trading or whatever. There are people that are good at day trading, but for me, for my trading style, I like to take my time. There are people who are quick at making decisions. Me, when I want to take decisions, I like to be more, how would I put it, slow. I like to take things slow. I like to look at the charts from the daily, on the higher time frames, the daily, the 4 hour, the weekly, the monthly. These time frames make more sense to me because there's not a lot of noise, there's not a lot of movements, right? It's basically so much straightforward for me, and I'm putting this personally. I'm not saying is what suits everybody because some people might see it and might hate it, right? Some people can read the lower time frame better. I don't know. But for me, it made more sense, right? It was more comfortable. And seeing as I'm sending out signals where I'm telling people, like, people are seeing the stop loss like 200 pips, 100 and something pips, 300 pips. A lot of people are like, no, 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 no. This doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem how trading should be going. So I noticed like a lot of people were not really. I wasn't giving them the same energy I was giving in the beginning, where it's like, this is how we trade every day. This is how we trade every day. This is how we trade. So a lot of people were like, oh, maybe he's not taking trading serious anymore. But the thing is, I actually started taking trading more seriously at that point because I knew that this is how trading works. Trading is not sexy. The real trading is not attractive. People try to make it attractive so that they can just get you into their VIP and everything, right? So they try to trade every day, trade on lower time frames so that they can have trades every day, show you screenshots every day. But for me, it was like, I might show them a screenshot 1 week, or I might send out a trade 1 week, and then the Telegram channel is like quiet for like a week, 2 weeks, and they're like, what's going on? Are you not interested in this? But like, I'm in a trade. I could be in like 2 to 3 trades, and I'm waiting for them, right? There was a point where I held trades for like a month, so I wasn't sending anything in the Telegram group for like a month, and people were like, what's going on? So people were even leaving the Telegram channel. I was like, okay, this is a sign that really, 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 if I was to give out the real signals, the real trades, the real trade calls, people would not even understand what was going on. And this really made me happy because I knew that, like, okay, I was on the right path, basically. Because when you're on the right path, not a lot of people are going to be there, right? But when you're on the wrong path, you're going to see a lot of people. And this just really separated me from a lot of people because I knew that, look, basically a lot of people have this mentality of trading, and I have matured to have this mentality of trading, and not a lot of people see the value in the way I trade. So that was a good indication for me that, look, keep doing what you're doing. So this was another reason why I actually had to like stop providing trade signals, because people are not really ready for the real way to trade. People are not really ready to drop their expectations or to lower their expectations. And when I'm talking about like having real expectations of trading, I'm talking about 10% a year, 5% a year. These are realistic goals. I can hit 5% a year easily. I can hit 10% a year easily, right? 20%, 25%, 30%. Those are like extraordinary results, right? But like 5%, 10%, these are like average results for anybody. Anybody out there can do that 5%, 10%, and you just have to give up greed, and you just have to lower your expectations, detach yourself from the outcome, right? Everybody wants to be successful as a trader. Fine. Everybody wants to make money, but you have to actually detach yourself from the outcome. Lower your expectations, detach yourself from the outcome, and just trade, right? And you actually see that you start making progress. And like, your life doesn't have to be like attached to trading, basically. So these were the things I figured out. These were the things that I just matured as a person, because I was also living life, right? So just from life, taking the life lessons and then applying them to my trading. And this is where I am at right now. So another one is I wasn't trading my plan. So another reason was like, definitely you have people on your neck trying to like, why are we not trading this week? What's going on? We haven't seen any signal this week, right? So people were like, we haven't seen any signal. What's going on? And sometimes I might have to like take a trade that wasn't really suiting my plan, just so that like we could be in a trade, right? So at that time, I was just taking trades sometimes, not all the time, right? But sometimes I would take trades that weren't really according to my plan, just so that we would have a trade to be in. So sometimes I would switch up my technical analysis. I would try some old tricks, some things that I've done in the past, but they were according to my plan. But sometimes they could work out, sometimes they won't work out. But the whole point of trading is sticking to your plan and repeating the same thing on like every trade. Every trade should be systematic, right? So that's the science of trading, is that everything should be systematic. So if you have a trading strategy, you want to stick to just that one strategy. You don't want to go and borrow from this strategy that maybe because you know it or whatever. Because like I said, I tried many strategies, so I know different ways to trade the market. But right now, I trade the market using just one of my strategies, right? Just one. I don't need to try this or try this or try this. But because I was running a signal channel and I had to be active, sometimes I would just borrow from this strategy because I could see a setup with that strategy, but it wasn't my plan, my trading strategy or my trading plan at the time. So that was another conflict that I was having. And it didn't matter whether the trade was it didn't matter whether the trade was a winning trade or a losing trade, but I just knew that, look, this is not according to my plan, and if I keep going this direction, then basically I'm not doing myself any good, right? So I had to stop. And the last reason that I'll put out there is I feel like God told me to stop, right? Because I started to like work on my faith and like try to get closer to God, build my relationship. And one thing that I started noticing was like this wasn't the initial plan that I had when I started putting myself out there, like wanting to trade and do all of that. I didn't really just want to run a signal channel. I really wanted to help people from the depths of my heart. It was all about helping people, and I felt like signals were just helping myself and helping my pockets, right? So like I said, I know how to like take a signal channel and make it big, right? I can start a new signal channel today, get 500 subscribers in, get 1,000 subscribers in less than 2 months, send out signals, do everything that's going to like make it look nice, make it look profitable and everything, and get people to pay me, right? It's not difficult because there's a lot of greedy people out there. So if I can reach 10,000 people, definitely I'm going to reach minimum of 100 greedy people who are going to be willing to take the risk, right? But that's not what it's about anymore. For me, it's about just speaking the truth and like giving people a realistic expectation of trading. So I felt like me getting closer to God at that time and just like working on my faith and everything really opened my eyes to be like, okay, look. And he gave me the confidence to just have the faith to stop stop it, right? Because sometimes you might be like, okay, if I stop this, where is money going to come from then? But he just gave me the faith to like, okay, stop. And ever since I stopped, like I haven't actually been lacking, funny enough. So that's just how it works. So that's basically all I have to say. Those were my reasons for like why I stopped providing why I stopped providing forex signals, right? Those are my reasons. And from this point on, I just want to actually like serve people better. I feel like I want to find the original reason why I actually started, and I want to stick to that reason actually, which is like to actually like help people in the best way possible. And I feel like I can use this platform as a means to actually like speak to people out there and give them a more realistic expectation of what trading is like, right? So if you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe. You can leave a like, you can leave a comment, and you can share the video as well if you want to. So I'm also going to leave my link to the broker I use. I use XNES because they have like better spreads. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can go check them out if you want to sign up using XNES. And that's basically it, right? So thank you guys for listening to me. You understand? So I'm going to keep making videos like this, trying to reveal to you guys the truth behind trading and trying to teach people and trying to educate people how to actually go about trading, right? Whether you're new to trading or whether you've been trading for a long time and you're feeling stuck or you're not making any progress, right? I'm just going to try to help everybody basically through my message, right? So thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, share the video. Thank you very much. God bless you all.